Okay. What do you want? A little different? Okay. Good. There we go. That's as far as I think we want. Yeah. When we did it last week, periodically it would move, and I don't know why it would move. I didn't. See.
Maybe it was like this whatever setting.
Yeah. It was just kind of creepy.
I've noticed sometimes my camera at home will do that, and I'm like, don't go over there. That's
Yeah.
my stuff. All my stuff.
Oh, yes, Michael. Yes, you're on.
Nice. He's all connected.
He's muted. You're muted.
I'm protecting you from my cold, so
Oh, well, thank you. We don't want it. So are you home or are you,
I'm at home.
don't tell me you got it from grandchildren.
Yeah, right. You know, but where else?
Everybody I know seems to be getting sick from grandchildren
Yeah.
and some of or children, but usually it's grandchildren. Usually it's pretty serious for some of my older friends.
Yeah. This
There are a
one.
lot of absences this week.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a quorum. And the only one who isn't here at the moment is George.
insequential.
Okay, then, and I will call the meeting to order. And we have 4 of us present and George is not. Could I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes of March 3rd?
Didn't do that.
Okay, well then, that's okay. That's okay.
Look at those. Like,
That's okay. We will get them. We can act on them on the 17th.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. You're a busy lady. Okay, so we have to move that to the 17th. So we'll have to meet a little bit before we meet with the select board on the 17th. Okay. Now we have, well, I'm going to leave it up to you 2 ladies. Who wants to go first?
duke it out.
Well, you have to
I have
leave
to
at
go
5:30.
So I've been with kids all day, so you go first. I think you might need to go first.
No. She's time to go.
Back to work. So.
Yeah, right. Good point. Okay, so
So I looked at my original proposal and I took out Concom and the Board of Health, because we thought maybe Mateo could pick up some of that slack in his free time.
he's already done
It's done a
some.
lot. And so if we just did the files in the basement and then that one section of cabinets outside of Gail's office, that would bring us to 15,725. I could go without the hallway files if I really needed to, although I still think they're an eyesore. And that would reduce it by 2,500.
Okay. Now, I think one of the questions that came up was, do we want to do them all in fiscal 27 or do some of them and check out how good this firm is at doing this thing?
That's a good question. I don't know that I have the best answer, but I can tell you I know because I talk with people on the reuse committee that this may be identified for some modifications at some point. So I think it would behoove us to do at least the basement and get these out of here like on a thunder.
Yeah.
And if we wanted to wait on the other ones, we could, but I think that given that this could be reused at some point during the next fiscal year, we don't want the boxes.
So that explains that. So then we'd be better off probably just doing the whole thing, getting it done in 1 year. And,
Yeah, and if the difference is 2,500,
yeah,
that doesn't seem. Just gonna do it, just.
do the whole thing. Okay, well then why don't we vote on it right now? Could I have a motion?
Move to approve the final
Enhancement?
enhancements, the town hall record digitization.
Yeah.
We're gonna go here to approve.
Okay, you're gonna have to repeat it again.
Yep, town hall record digitization.
Yeah, and we thank you very much for,
Well, thank
it'll
you.
be nice to get. Yes, some of the things.
There's a lot of potential in this room, so once that's gone, it'll really open it up. So.
Okay, then. So,
Need a
is there any, oh, yeah, I need a second, then we can ask for discussion.
A second.
I'll second it.
Okay, well, we just had both of you second it, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, now, is there any discussion? Okay, now, since we have one person on Zoom, we should do everybody say their name and their vote. Okay, so, Michael, you're first alphabetically.
Okay, Broad eye.
Long Cove Eye.
Okay,
So do I.
okay, so we have 4-0. Very good. And of course, we will be, when we present it to the FinCom, I think FinCom know about this already.
Believe so. It's really hard to keep track of the dates sometimes.
I know. But I was just thinking in terms of,
But no, because I think I had originally sent it to AJ and you, because I wasn't sure, and George, because I wasn't sure who to bring it to initially.
Yeah.
They've all seen it.
okay, so therefore, any questions, they may have questions, and of course, they're gonna be.
Well, I'll be
Right
at
to
those
you.
meetings
Right,
anyway.
right, well, they're gonna be given right to you because I would have no way. of answering. And now we are on the clicker. Now, okay, 2 of you went to the clicker demonstration. Tell me about it. Tell us about it.
I think that, Nettie presented with several, there was a town moderator from Longmeadow, from Amherst. Paul Lyons was there and Grace came, who's now the town clerk in Groton.
And do they use it?
And, Longmeadow Amherst doesn't use theirs anymore, is that correct?
Amherst changed their form of government.
Right.
Longmeadow uses.
Representative. Yeah.
Longmeadow,
Groton used it.
yeah.
And Grace, has been in our town meeting and said it was markedly, is that a great word? That it was great. And it really provided a streamlined, efficient way of counting votes. We did an experiment and we did
Oh,
the test.
Grace is here.
Okay, more,
Get her in. So,
Sometimes if you don't have a video.
here she is.
yeah, speak of the devil, right here.
Yeah, Grace, we were just talking about you and your presentation. It's good to see you.
Hello, it's good to see you too.
So I was just saying how you felt that the clickers really improved that compared to our town meeting in Groton, that it was really streamlined the process and made that counting, just made an efficient work, and it was functional, highly functional clicker.
Highly functional. I mean, something I've been thinking about sorry, I just got back from walking the dog, and so she's in the house now, but she's barking right behind me because she's upset
Can't
that
hear
I
us.
haven't come inside too. I've been thinking a lot since the mock town meeting we had on Saturday was how we've been using Zoom for these meetings for 6 years, and still nearly every meeting there are technical difficulties that we have to figure out. Those clickers on Saturday, they worked the first time, they worked every time, and we didn't have any technical difficulties. And that says a lot. I think the biggest problem we have with our town meetings, is that they do take too long. And I do think that the time that the clickers take really does add up to a lot of savings. I mean, it took us 15 seconds, and for like 5 to 10 of those seconds, we were all sitting around just having a good time. So yeah, I do think that they are hugely more efficient. I think that they would be a really good tool for us specifically. And we'd still be able to talk. We'd still, not only would we still know how each other voted, but as you guys saw, we'd have better information because we have those instantaneous numbers, and we can also do percentages.
In the meeting, I had concerns about the presentation of it, the AV, the screen and stuff. But, Nettie, at that meeting said, we don't need this. This can still function. The clickers aren't reliant on the projector. That's just an added benefit that you can see the results. The whole meeting can see the results, but it's not part of the clicker system. That's on a laptop, so that quelled my fears and my concerns.
And is it okay if I say what I had mentioned to you? That the projector that we used was from the library, that they said, Marianne said she's willing to loan it anytime we need it for town meeting.
Yeah.
And she also said that anytime she needs a new projection, she goes to the local colleges who are often replacing theirs and giving them away. So I don't see that as something that's going to be a really large cost for us.
And there was a concern about the screen. There was a rip on the screen.
Yeah.
I talked to Ann. I ordered some white gaff tape.
Oh,
So I'm
great.
gonna go in and tape up the screen. So it
Perfect.
lessens the wear and tear.
I will say I would advocate for having the projection because I think when people first came in, a lot of the things that people were hesitant about was, well, would we be able to know how people are voting in town? And it felt, and you can confirm it felt like a lot of this was alleviated by the fact that they could actually see the percentage of people who voted in which particular way. So it gave that sense of what our town wants collectively without making a single individual person feel hesitant to vote. So I felt like that was a really positive thing that I had not anticipated, actually.
Now, what is the warranty on the clickers? It says.
The warranty is 5 years. The ones we have now are not under warranty.
No, I know that.
But if we got this new ones, it's a 5-year warranty and the expected life is 10+
Yeah.
years.
That's what you said in
Yeah.
your submission.
You also made a point that they can rent it out to other towns.
And I know a local moderator who was very interested and has been interested in the past and who has said that she wanted to find out more information and actually came to our meeting.
Good.
And so she might be, so going forward, we would have this cost up front, but then going forward, if we do the $495 annual support fee, some of that could be offset by renting it out to other towns that have town meetings in a different day.
And
And what did you say about the cost, the increase in the subscription fee? You said over a 10-year period, it was a matter of
20 years. So 20 years ago, it was $395 and now it's $495. So it's not,
It's not like it's jumped, like you're
Right.
plus.
Something I can add about something
Go
I
ahead,
can add
Grace.
about this question. So there was also another town clerk, a local town clerk who was at that meeting on Saturday for the same reason, to check it out. There is interest from other nearby towns. If we adopted clickers, I think other towns would be willing to work with us on that. I can also tell you that in Groton, the person who runs the clicker system from Groton frequently goes and runs other town meetings for them as well. So this is something that happens a lot. It's very usual, this kind of system where if one town gets clickers, it becomes a shared system between other towns.
And the 495 or whatever it is, of course, is small enough so we build it to your budget
right.
in succeeding years. Because
What is the cost of hiring people to count?
I don't know the cost of hiring the tellers that we've had traditionally.
I wonder.
maybe Grace
Do
can
you
tell
know,
us.
Grace, you would. Yes, you would.
So they're hired the same as any other poll workers. So that's $15 an hour. That adds up because it breaks down for staffing at town meetings, especially for an annual town meeting when we need to actually be prepared for counts and a large group of people. We're talking 2 people on the check-in desk. That stays the same. But then you need 4 to 6 people to count votes in the room. With clickers, you're just talking about somebody we train up, ideally more than one person that we train up, but then only one person ends up actually doing it at any given time. We're talking about paying them for one person for a day.
And whoever we choose, I mean, some people, I don't know how you feel about this, Grace. We had talked about like, if we are hiring a new town clerk, I don't know if this is something that could be just part of the job description from the very beginning. I would also like to be trained, so I want to
I-
know exactly how to run
Oh,
it.
yeah, you should.
It would have to be another person. The town clerk can't do that part and the town, all the different town clerk
Yeah.
jobs, especially if the local election is also happening at the same time.
Sure.
But yeah. And also, you know, these clickers could be used for other events. If we have big public forums, in order to get feedback from the crowd in the moment, clickers would be so useful.
Are there any other questions? Anyone? Yes, back there.
One question I had at the mock town meeting, and I'm not sure if it's relevant or not, so just tell me, please. If we adopt clickers, would a person still have the right to demand a recount or anything that would require a hand, a paper, or a voice, or a standing vote, which would then entail actually having tellers? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I certainly know that you would be, you would have the right to ask for a recount for sure. Grace, have you ever had a moment where people have, it sounded like Amherst said they were ready to do that? in
Yeah,
their
so Amherst is a little different because
Yeah.
they used to have a representative town meeting.
Right.
So that's a whole different ballgame. You absolutely have the ability to do a recount. In regards to the secret ballot with clickers, every vote is technically a secret ballot. So there would be no functional difference between a secret ballot vote and the clicker vote. That being said, the method of voting is entirely up to the discretion of the moderator. So if, you know, I can absolutely see a situation where people said, well, we really, really don't want to use the machines and we want to go back to using the paper ballots and we want to do a secret ballot vote. Great news. Those ballots are ready to go. They're in the storage closet right now, all set up, and we'll have them available at town meetings. We don't, and that's also important because if we had technological difficulties,
Mhm.
we still have the
Absolutely.
ability to raise our hands. We still have the paper ballots. You know, in terms of having a backup option, we already have the backup option in place.
The other thing we didn't, I wanted to mention that and I had meant to do this for our first vote, which is one of the reasons why there was our first vote, somebody had asked right away about the amendment. And my first vote, which was great, because I had planted someone in the audience to ask for an amendment about the jets, the spy jetpacks. But the first vote is always just kind of a nonsense question, and always the town moderator will give people the 15 seconds to have just to put in a nonsense answer. And then we would say, can person with clicker so-and-so come on up? And this is the vote that we have for you. It says that you do not prefer chocolate ice cream. Is that what you voted? And they go for like 3 or 4 different people just to make sure that the authenticity and the validity is there. And I think that that also goes a long way to helping. ease
Did I
people's
make
minds.
my point clear? I hope that would we need to have, even if they were never used, unfortunately, staff on hand.
Right, it's a good question.
Oh, you're asking about staff.
You need paper ballots, like you
If
still
we have to
need.
be prepared for that scenario, do we have to be prepared for the whole period?
I mean, we wouldn't, Grace, have you ever? No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
oh, I've got backup plans upon backup plans upon
That's
backup
right.
plans. Yeah, so in that kind of situation, if you are at a town meeting and you find yourself in need of workers that you did not have already prepared, you elect them from the body. Trust you me, I have recruited extra counters from the audience plenty of times.
That's right. We will be electing a town clerk,
That's
right?
super helpful.
So
Yeah, thank you. That was a really good question.
that was a good question. And, you know, I like the idea when you have have to have a 90% vote or a 2/3 vote for some of the things. I mean, it'll make it so much easier.
And we've had to, in the past.
Yeah.
when the AG's office said you needed a certain
Yeah.
quantum, had to go back and call a special
I
town
know.
meeting to redo it. So
I know.
that's a huge savings if we don't have to do that.
Although usually, at least with Grace's town clerk, she knew exactly how many, what we had to have, whether we had to have 90 or 2/3 or a simple majority or whatever, but
Yeah, but me running around a room
I
trying to
know.
count people while they're raising
was
their hands,
crazy.
and then I'm shouting at them no, you have to keep your hands raised because I have to count over 200 of you.
Yes, I
And
know.
then,
This will be so
having
much
to do
easier.
math in front of a live audience is just not a good way to count. It's
No, it isn't.
silly.
Also to say that like, if you have someone who is a non-resident and has like a summer home on Lake Wyola, it's a lot easier for them to raise their hand than it is for them to put in a vote.
Well, they
on a
wouldn't have
device.
a flicker. They wouldn't
That's
have been
right, you
issued a
wouldn't have a
flicker.
device. So not to be.
No, you're absolutely right. That has been an issue.
Right.
It has
On
been an
occasion.
issue. It has been an issue. And, I've had to patrol because
Yeah.
most of the time it's not even intentional. People come and they want to sit with their friends. And but definitely we've always had to patrol, making sure that the people who were non-voters were separated from the voters in the room to make it easier for the moderator. And the great thing with clickers is that receiving your clicker is incorporated with the process of checking in as a voter. So we've got that security measure in place.
So you and Groton don't have to have a non-voter section then at this point because of.
Oh, yeah, they do. She would be in it. Technically. I know
We
you're probably
don't, we don't really have to have a non-voter section. The non-voters and the voters can sit together. The non-voters do
Yeah.
not have clickers and they're not issued clickers.
Right. I know when I was working in another town, I go to the town meetings, of course, I always had to sit separately and get permission from the moderator to speak, even I was town official. You get used to all the
It's funny.
situation. But
You know, and it's a small town. It's not like we're buying 1,500 of these, 15,000, 250. So like the max we've had is 200 and something.
Library, which,
Yeah.
yeah, so
That
we
was-
have more than enough. If we ever really were anticipating a lot, there is the option to rent some more, but we're not anticipating that.
no, that can happen though.
Mhm.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the library votes.
Mhm.
Anyway.
But it is a very normal thing for a town clerk to send out a message saying, we've got a big town meeting coming up. Does anybody have this specific type of clicker that we could borrow for the day? So, yeah, we could rent them. Probably we could borrow them.
Yeah, as long as it's the same type. Yeah, I have a friend that that's in the eastern part of the state and she's a registrar. And she keeps telling me about, we had to get more clickers, or we thought we had to get more clickers and then we didn't have to get more clickers. So it's,
I have I think it said, keeps track of a lot of these things, that 180, I think, he said at the meeting that's really around 180 is what we usually see. So we would have 250. We're in a
we'd have
really
plenty,
safe
yeah,
spot.
definitely. You can always have somebody on standby in case you have to call them at the last minute for clickers. I mean, that should be almost a requirement every time, because you never know what's going to trigger
Sure.
a lot of people coming out. I mean, it's the funkiest things that can get people
Yeah.
upset or pro or con. Well, any other questions to either the moderator or to the former town clerk? And it's so good to see you, Reese.
So
Anyway.
good to see you too.
Okay, so, well, there's no questions from the public, no questions on the committee. Shall we vote?
Yeah, I move to approve the clicker EV system, voting system, electric voting system.
Do I have a second anywhere? Come on, guys, I can't do it. Okay, So the motion has been made and seconded. I said, now we've pretty well discussed it to death, I think. Okay, then let's vote. Rod?
Rod,
Go
aye.
ahead.
Longcliff, aye.
McKay, aye. Okay, then we're all set on that one. Well, thank you very much. Now you can go home to the other kids that you did and stay healthy.
Thank you. Will do.
Don't
Thank
turn
you.
into,
Thank you all. You have a good night.
you too, dear.
You too.
Do you want to keep this? It has the
Yeah,
number
please.
and the.
Right, yes, definitely. Okay, now we've done that. Okay, vote on that, and we're running a bit early.
I have another proposal.
Okay,
We can talk about it.
okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, and we also, go ahead.
When,
I was just going to say, George got a hold of me. I sent you his email.
yeah,
That apparently it wasn't a rotary mower kind of thing. It was, yeah, it was a tractor.
Yeah.
Right. Now, did we approve that last year? I get so fuzzed.
it's,
Okay. So, and
see,
I gotta bounce.
go ahead.
See
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes,
We are having our,
yes. Hell or high water. I'm scheduled again.
this poor lady has been trying to get a department heads meeting together, and every time she does, something happens. Okay, now is this, I don't know that I even have any specs on it.
yeah.
Did you have specs
I can
on
see
the
it.
tracking? Yeah, maybe from George, because I don't, although I made copies of all of the, I guess they're in another folder.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh, wait,
Something feels light.
have a good evening. Oops. David gave us so many different proposals. You know, for different costs of different things that I didn't bring them down. Was it there was a Husqvarna in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was a tractor.
I don't have the packet
Oh,
from the highway department.
okay. Did not grab my file folder.
Notes from last week, but it's on my shelf.
I have it here.
Oh, good, thank you.
It looks like, well, there's one for 75, 949. Looking for, looks like 62, 512. I'm looking for a summary. I don't see a summary of it, but
Well, he gave us a whole bunch of different numbers from different, like 3 different
Yeah.
companies, as I recall.
all right. And then it looks like a 57. There's a whole bunch of them, but they seem to range from about 57 was the lowest one I saw, and then they run up to I don't know, 70, 72. No, he didn't provide a summary, so there's a 75, 9, so 76.
Okay. Well, now, as I recall, his tractor is very old and has a lot of problems.
This thing says, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's a U zero turn mower.
Yeah, oh, no, that's
That's
it.
currently having on your tractor that would like to have repairs.
72.
There's not like a,
But I think some of that, yeah, you
That's what we
have-
were confused by last week.
Right.
yeah,
and we're still confused by it.
Yeah, I don't
Well, he
know.
obviously didn't want the zero turn mower, unless
Yeah.
that's something that goes on the tractor.
No, that wouldn't be, but I'm looking at this one and it's from United Equipment and it's just too confusing for me to figure out what the actual price is that.
Right.
That there's a selling price of 72 and an adjusted selling price of 57. I'm not sure.
How they do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, like car dealers, try to get an actual price out of them.
Okay. So how are we going to handle this? Are we going to wait till next week and meet for the,
I feel like we need to have, I mean, we don't have George here, and George was kind of our highway liaison, who could kind of give us the lowdown on that.
Yep.
And I don't feel comfortable. I mean, we could just say, did we vote for $75,000? And,
well, we don't vote for money.
okay,
We just vote for yes or no
we don't
on the
know if it's
request.
fair.
Yeah, I mean, we've already been confused in voting for the wrong thing for this one. It seems like we should do that.
Okay.
Yeah, unless we know what it is we're
Right.
trying to approve. I
Okay,
mean, in a more exact sense.
So shall we wait on this until next week?
yeah. talk
And
to
we'll
George.
try to get a meeting in before,
17th.
yeah, before, well, no, on the 17th maybe, but before the meeting. Do we know yet what time they're going to want us there on the 17th? No,
I mean, for the FinCom,
yeah, to meet with FinCom. George,
I mean, I think that's the only thing we have.
yeah, but George didn't seem to know what time.
I mean, we normally meet at 6:30. I
I
mean,
mean, at 6:30. And are we the only thing on the agenda? Do you know, next week?
I don't know. I mean, for most things like that, I'm going to put it at the beginning of the agenda. I mean, type of thing. I mean, I'm not in charge of the agenda, for that one, but I mean, it seems like we could be at the beginning of the agenda.
I would think that would be logical.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're at the beginning of the agenda, then we need to meet before 6:30. So do you want me to post the meeting for 5 o'clock or 5:30 or what?
I'm not going to be here that day.
Okay, that's right.
Well, we'd probably want to hear from George, his availability.
Yes. Well, even with two, okay, if Michael and you and I are there, we're still a majority.
Okay,
Oops. Are you there, Michael? Or did
No,
you?
I'm there. I'm just, I
thought
was actually looking to see when the finance committee was meeting, if it showed up on the, but I don't see anything on the,
Yeah, they're meeting on the 17th. We know that.
yeah.
It doesn't
but
say
there's
a
nothing-
time.
There's nothing posted for the
No.
7th.
I had checked that out earlier this week and there was nothing posted.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they're meeting, they usually meet at 6:30, so we could even meet, well, we've got to, either George or we've got to have David here, one or the other, to be able to explain this tractor to us. So what time is it?
do you want to say 5 o'clock on that evening? And then
What day is that of the week? Is
That's
that
the 17th.
Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, the 17th.
Wednesday, 17th?
Tuesday the 7th.
Tuesday, the 17th.
Tuesday, the 17th? Oh, that's right, today's
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday I can meet at any time.
Okay,
Let's do it.
okay. Then we'll plan for 5 o'clock. I'll post for 5 o'clock. And the whole topic will be the topic and the whole issue of the tractor. So that would be 3,
Yeah.
17, 5.
For Wednesday, I wouldn't be able to meet at all, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, and I will ask David to come to. It's probably, he should be here anyway to talk to the finance committee. Although I know he already has in some respects. Okay, now the next question is, how are we going to approach the finance committee? I mean, are go ahead.
Can I talk about this?
I'm sorry, you have something else for us.
Next one. So last meeting, we kind of talked about tabling
Yeah.
the parking lot.
Right.
And then Ellen asked about who's paying for, I believe you asked who's
Mhm.
paying for the assessment from the Berkshire Design Group.
Yeah.
And I responded that money was going to come out of this $24,000 that we have set aside for fixing the parking lot and sidewalks. I went to Ann and we talked about it, and we cannot do that. That money needs to be used for fixing the sidewalk and the pavement. I I've contacted Barlow Paving.
Mhm.
I'm gonna meet them on the 17th, hopefully at some point, not 5 o'clock. But we're gonna talk about repair, and we're also gonna get a long-term proposal from them. So we have a competing bid with the Berkshire Design Group. But in the interim, Anne put together, I met with Frank McGrin this afternoon. Frank McGinn, we were looking at the oil tank. There seems to be some pink liquid in the snow from the pump
Mhm.
that they did this morning. So Frank and I looked at that, and in that we talked about this whole parking lot stuff. And Anne threw this together this afternoon at 4 o'clock. And this is asking, I think, $35,000 to pay for the engineering assessment of the SCS parking lot. So this would pay for the design firm to say, these are the problems, figure out what is ADA compliant. There's all these issues that need to be addressed. So this is, instead of tabling the larger project, putting forth this, paying for this assessment so that we're not kicking that can too far down the road. Because like you said, if we get this money in a May town meeting, we can't spend it in that July. We have to wait till the following year. So this seems like the first step in the whole larger process of getting this parking lot repaved.
And that will not, once again, that's not going to be able to be spent until July.
And, when we go to, Frank mentioned, when we talked to the FinCom about this, that this is the same process that was done with the roof repair, with the paint and repair, exterior repair. They put together a $35,000, proposal, and that informed the next step into getting those things done. So this is the first step in that process.
So then is the thought that once we have this design, that then we could go maybe to a special town meeting in the fall to appropriate the money, knowing that it's not going to be spent
I think the
until,
I think the caveat there is that if the design firm is saying this is an emergency, this is not, then we go to a September town meeting, and I think what the other thing that Frank was talking about is, like, once we have this assessment, then we can go from there to see about what grants are available to pay for these things and what monies are available elsewhere. And we'll know, we have this proposal, this assessment. So
problem with the
it's a big
grant,
deal.
yeah, problem with the grant is you have to wait for a while after you present the grant till you get the
Right.
money. Well, I'm just thinking in terms of wearing my collector's hat. We have to have a tax rate set in November, early preferably. And we can't do that if we've got this elephant hanging over our heads that we're going to need X number of hundreds of thousands of dollars for this thing to be done in the spring.
Yeah.
So I think we're looking at the fact that, once again, it's going to be the next fiscal year
Well,
to
definitely.
do it.
I think we feel that.
Yeah.
I think that's a real thing.
Oh, it has to be a real thing, just in terms of timing of the whole thing.
So this is the first step in
no,
that
I-
longer process. And it's a necessary process.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you. What do you think, Michael?
It makes sense to me. It's a big project. You want to know that you're doing it right, so.
With all the bells and whistles and everything, all the holes in the ground and everything else you have to contend with.
So this proposal I printed out. Well, Michael, you should have this email.
I looked at it, yes.
Okay, yep. And Ellen, I sent it to you.
Yeah, well, I didn't even have a chance to get onto my computer.
But you can see it later.
Yeah, I'll check it out later. Check it out tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Laura, you look puzzled.
No, I mean, I'm just, yeah. So I mean, it sounds like, you've got the Berkshire Design Group, doing one quote, and then this other kind of sidewalk paving company doing another quote on the assessment piece of it.
It
Or
could be. I mean, they're gonna come and they're gonna give us a proposal for repair.
Okay.
Like this post snow and getting the sidewalk. Like Anne's really adamant that we get these done because somebody fell the other day and like took down an older woman and they're like, she's like, we're gonna get sued. We gotta fix this stuff. You know, we know it's a problem. We can't not deal with this. So that was the other part. So we have to use that money. We have to use that quickly. So again, I have them coming on the 17th and they're gonna give us two proposals, you know, a larger, you know, and it could be based on this assessment, you know.
So they're basically giving you a proposal for the use of the money we already have on hand
That's the idea.
from several years ago,
That's the idea.
that just to get a holdover, get rid of some of the problems that exist now
Yes.
until we can.
And we're gonna see if they're a good company to use going forward, if,
Yeah.
you know. So. They were highly recommended, so
They were a good local program, local.
you know them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great.
I think you see them
I
all
work
over.
with them. They're a good company.
Okay, great.
They paved my driveway, so.
But they may be good at doing driveways like that, but they're good at doing this kind of stuff. we're
Well,
looking at.
I've worked with them on bigger projects too, so.
And they were local. That doesn't hurt
Yeah.
either.
Thanks.
Okay. So technically, I suppose we should put this, yeah. Actually, I'm sitting and thinking, we have the money sitting in the bank already. So I don't know that that issue even has to go through this.
So I mean, like the sidewalk doesn't, but like the
This is-
design.
that's-
Yeah, the design process,
That's
that's
what
what
this is for.
sidewalk does.
Yeah, yeah.
Sidewalk definitely has to,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to, because it's already gone through us once.
Yeah.
And they have the money. But the design work, that's, so the 35,000 is for the design work, okay.
Yeah.
Now, the next question is, properly, I think we should be putting this also on the 17th to discuss.
So
Only because that way the public will know what it's all about.
Okay.
So if it's okay with you all, I will put it on the agenda along with the tract for 5 o'clock on the 17th. And then assuming it's a positive vote, then we can give it to, give it to the finance committee when we talk with them. Now, the next question is that meeting. Who is going to do the presenting? I think I would be much more comfortable if everybody were to take a piece and do it rather than my trying to do it. I mean, George, God knows David and the highway crew, highway department and what their needs. So I'm going to kind of ask him to do the highway. And then we have the fire department. I mean, we have all this wonderful documentation that people have supplied us, and I would just as soon give it to the FinCom too, so that they have quotes and they have all the stuff that somebody behind the scenes has already done rather than reinventing the wheel. Although some of the things will have to go out for a formal bid process. So
I don't mind doing, presenting for the school.
oh, no, that's a logical thing to do. You present for the school.
Yep.
And if George presents for the highway, I suppose I could. Do you want to, you're not gonna be here, right? Michael, do you want to present anything?
I'd rather not, but,
Okay, I'll present the other three. That's fine. I'll present the other three departments, because the two of them are fairly small, and the fire truck, maybe we can let Lenny present the fire truck because he's the expert on it. Okay, I just wanted to get things kind of broken up because I'm not looking forward to having to do it all, even though I'm chair. So, okay, that's great. Oh, boy. So now we've got the 35,000. We will have something hopefully on that on the 17th. Hopefully you get it done, or you get them to come in early enough so you can type something up so we can have something. Oh, you have that. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I have it. I can email this to them.
Yeah, that's a good.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I'll email all three of my
Great. Oh, thank you. That's
pieces
wonderful.
to
And
FinCom.
let them know that that's for use on
Yep,
the 17th.
I'll do that.
Right. That's wonderful. That'll make it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we just do that, then they'll have them and
Yeah.
we won't have to worry about it. Okay,
So I'm gonna do the snow blowers. The
oh, the.
gymnasium.
And the
And this
auditorium thing, yeah, and
Okay.
this. Very good. And because then you could explain to them the whole bit process of going through evaluating for the main show of the,
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that reminder.
well, it's very large.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Very good. Is there anything, we're running a little bit early and technically we're not supposed to close till 6. Okay, somebody, because I'm not familiar with doing this kind of a thing. Can we close early or do we have to wait till 6 o'clock? We can. Okay. Is there anything else to come before the meeting? Michael, were you gonna say
I
something?
don't have anything else and I can't see any reason why we couldn't close early. I mean, it's not like we're,
No, we don't have people here.
you know.
Or
there's
people
nobody
on-
here.
Right, okay. Well then,
All right.
very good. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I don't know, do we have to vote on this? On a,
No, I
No.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the meeting is adjourned.
All right.
Great. Thank
We're-
you all.
we're meeting-
Thank you all.
We're
Very
meeting again
good.
at 5:30 on the 17th.
I thought we meant 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, 5
5
o'clock
o'clock. 5 o'clock on the 17th.
on the 17th. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
All right.
Okay, wait a minute. What does that say? In